Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're diving deep into a special and iconic piece of American history, the United States of America $quarter from 1776 to 1976. This coin isn't just a piece of currency, but a symbol of America's bicentennial celebration, a reminder of the country's journey, its triumphs, and its unique story. If you've ever wondered about the value of this coin or what makes it stand out, stick around because by the end of this video, you might be in for a surprise. We'll reveal just how much this coin could be worth today. Let's start by setting the stage. The year 1976 was monumental in American history. It marked the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. The United States was preparing to celebrate its bicentennial, and as part of the festivities, a special commemorative coin was minted to honor this historic milestone. The United States Mint was tasked with creating a coin that captured the spirit of the Revolution, the founding of the nation, and the values that have shaped the United States over the last 2 centuries. The 1776 to 1976 quarter was designed to reflect both the past and the present. It was a departure from the usual design, which typically featured George Washington on the obverse side. Instead, the Mint decided to commemorate the 200th anniversary of America's independence with a special, revised design. On the obverse, you'll see the image of Liberty Bell, one of the most famous symbols of American freedom, which was cast in 1752 and famously rang to mark the signing of the Declaration of Independence. The bell is shown in all its glory, with the inscription 1776 to 1976 above it, signifying the 2 centuries that had passed since America's independence. On the reverse side, you'll still find the traditional eagle, but with a significant alteration. The eagle is depicted in a more dynamic pose, representing a nation that had grown and evolved over the years. Above the eagle, you'll see the words United States of America, and below it, the denomination $quarter. It's a powerful and meaningful design that encapsulates the essence of the country's bicentennial celebration. The minting of the 1776 to 1976 quarter was a huge undertaking, and it wasn't just about creating a one-time commemorative coin. In fact, the United States Mint produced over 1.6 billion of these quarters to meet the high demand. However, despite the vast quantity of quarters made, the coin's historical significance and unique design have ensured its lasting appeal with collectors. Now, you might be wondering, with such a large quantity of these coins being minted, how does the 1776 to 1976 quarter stand out? The answer lies in its uniqueness and its connection to a specific moment in American history. The coin was issued only in 1976 as part of the bicentennial celebrations, and that limited timeframe, coupled with the special design, means that this coin holds historical value beyond just its metal content. For collectors, the appeal of the 1776 to 1976 quarter lies in its significance as a commemorative issue. Many of these coins were released into circulation, which means that most of them are worn down with time, making high-quality examples much rarer. But the truly rare and valuable coins are those that have been preserved in uncirculated condition or those with minting errors, such as double strikes or incorrect mint marks, that set them apart from the mass-produced versions. In addition to the regular copper-nickel version, a special 1776 to 1976 quarter was also minted in 40% silver, specifically for collectors. These silver coins were sold in sets, and they quickly became popular among those looking to invest in precious metals as well as collectors. The silver versions are much rarer than the standard copper-nickel coins and can command a higher price on the market today. For those of you who may have inherited old coin collections, or if you've been digging through your pockets or coin jars, now is the perfect time to check for any 1776 to 1976 quarters. With their significant design and historical context, these coins have continued to captivate collectors for decades. The value of these coins can vary depending on their condition, mint mark, and any unique features they might have, but they are generally in demand. So, what exactly makes these quarters so valuable? First, the condition is everything. While most 1776 to 1976 quarters are worth their face value of 25 cents, those that have been well preserved in mint state can fetch much higher prices. A coin that is still in mint condition, meaning it has never been in circulation and shows no signs of wear, can be worth much more. Coins that are graded MS 65, mint state 65, or higher are especially valuable. Additionally, any 1776 to 1976 quarter with a minting error can also significantly increase in value. Error coins are often the most coveted among collectors because they are rare and unique. For example, if a coin was struck twice or had a mistake in the design, collectors may pay top dollar for these quirky pieces. A quarter with a noticeable error can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the severity and rarity of the mistake. Now, you're probably thinking, just how much could a 1776 to 1976 quarter be worth today? While most of these coins may be worth just a few dollars, a perfect, uncirculated version with no signs of wear could be valued anywhere from $25 to $50. However, if you have one of the special silver versions or a coin with a rare minting error, the value could be much higher. Here's the big reveal: the rarest and most valuable 1776 to 1976 quarters are worth an astonishing $59,000. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that was originally worth just 25 cents could fetch tens of thousands of dollars if it is in pristine, uncirculated condition or features a rare minting error. This makes the 1776 to 1976 quarter one of the most sought-after coins in the world of collectors. So, the next time you come across one of these quarters, take a closer look. You might just have a hidden treasure on your hands. Whether you found one tucked away in your coin jar or are considering adding it to your collection, the 1776 to 1976 quarter is a fascinating and valuable piece of American history. Top 2, we're diving deep into a fascinating and often overlooked piece of American coinage, the United States quarter dollar from 1974. While many people might think of more famous coins, like the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter or the Washington quarter, the 1974 quarter holds its own unique place in history and the world of numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin offers an intriguing story, and you might be surprised to learn how much it could be worth today. Stick around until the end of the video, and we'll reveal its current value. Let's set the stage. The year 1974 was a pivotal one in the history of the United States. It was a time of political change and social unrest. President Richard Nixon was facing mounting pressure due to the Watergate scandal, and inflation was beginning to take its toll on the American economy. The 1970s were a period of significant change, and the quarter from this year is a reflection of that time. While it might seem like a simple piece of currency at first glance, the 1974 quarter tells a much bigger story about the country's struggles and triumphs. The design of the 1974 quarter is part of a series of quarters that have been in circulation since 1932. The obverse, or front side of the coin, features the iconic portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States. This design, created by John Flanagan, has been used on the quarter since its inception and continues to this day. Washington is depicted facing left, with the inscription "Liberty" above his head, and the year of minting, 1974, beneath his bust. It's a design that has become synonymous with American coinage and is instantly recognizable around the world. The reverse side of the 1974 quarter features an eagle, the symbol of the United States, perched on a bundle of arrows, with an olive branch in its claws. Above the eagle are the words "United States of America," and below it, the words "E pluribus unum" and "quarter dollar." The eagle and its design have been a part of U.S. coinage for centuries, representing the strength, freedom, and unity of the country. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 1974 quarter stand out? While many quarters were minted in 1974, what makes this particular year noteworthy is the fact that it was part of a time when the U.S. Mint was facing significant challenges. The United States was dealing with economic issues like inflation and rising costs of living, and these factors played a role in the way coins were produced. The 1974 quarter, like many coins of the era, was minted using a copper-nickel alloy, which was a shift from the silver-based coins used in the earlier part of the century. This change was due to rising silver prices and the growing demand for cheaper, more durable coinage. The 1974 quarter was minted in vast quantities, but as with most U.S. coins, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. While many 1974 quarters were released into circulation and are now commonly found in circulation or in coin jars, high-quality examples of the coin are much harder to come by. Most of the 1974 quarters have been subject to years of wear and tear, which means that those in excellent condition are rare. If you happen to find a 1974 quarter that is uncirculated or has been well preserved, you're holding onto a coin that could be worth far more than its face value of 25 cents. But what about special versions or errors? While the 1974 quarter doesn't have as many famous varieties or errors as some other years, there are still a few unique features to look out for. For example, some 1974 quarters were struck with errors, such as double strikes or off-center strikes. These mistakes can make the coin more valuable, as collectors are always looking for unique and rare pieces that stand out from the rest. Coins with minting errors are highly prized in the numismatic world because they are one-of-a-kind items that can't be replicated. In addition to errors, another factor that can contribute to the value of a 1974 quarter is its mint mark. Just like other U.S. coins, the 1974 quarter was minted at various facilities, including the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, the Denver Mint, D, and the San Francisco Mint, S. Quarters with certain mint marks, particularly those from the San Francisco Mint, are sometimes more sought after by collectors due to their limited mintage and the quality of the coins produced there. As with any coin, the condition of the 1974 quarter plays a significant role in its value. Coins that are in circulated condition are generally worth only their face value, but those in uncirculated or mint condition can fetch a much higher price. A 1974 quarter in mint state, with no signs of wear and tear, can be worth anywhere from $5 to $15, depending on its specific condition and mint mark. On the other hand, a 1974 quarter with a minting error or unique feature can be worth much more, with prices reaching into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on how rare the error is. Here's where it gets interesting. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1974 quarter is its connection to the precious metal market. While the coin itself is made of copper-nickel, it was minted during a time when silver was a hot commodity. As the price of silver began to rise in the 1970s, collectors and investors started to take an interest in all forms of coinage, including the quarter. Over time, the interest in these coins has only grown, and the 1974 quarter, along with other coins from the 1970s, has become a popular choice for collectors looking to add to their collections or diversify their portfolios. But now, let's get to the moment you've been waiting for. How much is the 1974 quarter worth today? While most 1974 quarters may be worth a few dollars, a high-quality, uncirculated coin with no visible wear can be worth between $15 and $50. However, the real value comes in when you're looking at coins with minting errors or unique features. For example, if you have a 1974 quarter with an error that makes it one of a kind, or if it has a unique mint mark from a specific mint, it could be worth significantly more. And now, the big reveal. If you happen to have a 1974 quarter that is in pristine condition or features an extraordinary minting error, it could be worth as much as $58,000. That's right, $58,000. While this is rare, it shows just how valuable a well-preserved 1974 quarter can be. So, the next time you stumble upon a 1974 quarter in your pocket change or while sifting through your coin collection, take a moment to really examine it. It could be worth far more than you think. Whether it's a pristine specimen or a coin with a minting error, the 1974 quarter is a fascinating piece of history with the potential to fetch a small fortune. Top 3, we have a very special coin to talk about, the United States quarter dollar from 1979. You might think of the 1979 quarter as just another coin, but in fact, this particular quarter holds a deeper significance and a fascinating story that makes it stand out in the world of numismatics. If you're a coin collector or simply intrigued by the potential hidden treasures in your collection, stick around until the end of the video, because we'll reveal just how much this coin could be worth today. Let's step back in time to the year 1979. The 1970s was a decade marked by political and economic change in the United States. The country was navigating through a tumultuous period with rising inflation, the aftermath of the Watergate scandal, and an ongoing energy crisis. Despite these challenges, the United States Mint continued to produce coins as usual, and the 1979 quarter is a product of that era. While it may seem like a typical quarter at first glance, it has some unique qualities that set it apart and make it an interesting piece of American history. The design of the 1979 quarter is consistent with the familiar look that had been used for decades, but that doesn't make it any less significant. The obverse side of the coin features the portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan in 1932. This iconic image of the first president of the United States has graced the quarter for over 90 years and is instantly recognizable to coin collectors and casual observers alike. On the obverse, you'll find the inscription "Liberty" above Washington's head, with the year 1979 marked below. The words, "In God We Trust," are also included, a reminder of the nation's founding principles. On the reverse side of the 1979 quarter, we find the familiar image of the American eagle perched on a bundle of arrows, with an olive branch in its talons. This representation of the eagle, a symbol of the United States, has been a part of American coinage since the late 18th century. Below the eagle, the words "E pluribus unum" are inscribed, which translates to "out of many, one," reflecting the unity of the states. The phrase "quarter dollar" is also found at the bottom of the coin, indicating its denomination, but here's where it gets interesting. While the design of the 1979 quarter is standard for its time, the coin still carries historical weight. The 1970s were a period of transition in the United States, and this coin was produced at a time when the country was dealing with a variety of economic challenges. The inflationary pressures of the 1970s led to higher production costs for the U.S. Mint, which meant that coins like the 1979 quarter were often made with less care in terms of striking and quality control. Many of these coins were released into circulation, and over time, most of them became worn, scratched, or damaged through daily use. However, despite the large number of 1,979 quarters produced, there are still some rare and highly collectible examples that have survived in pristine condition. These coins are much harder to come by, as most were heavily circulated. A coin that is well preserved and free from damage or wear is much rarer and far more valuable to collectors. This is where the true appeal of the 1979 quarter lies, its rarity in excellent condition. The 1979 quarter also has a couple of variations worth noting. While the general design of the coin remained consistent across the years, there are subtle differences in the way the coins were minted. For example, some 1979 quarters were struck with slightly different weights or variations in the die used for the minting process. These differences are often small but can have a significant impact on the value of the coin. Additionally, as with many other coins, there were certain 1979 quarters with minting errors that have become highly sought after by collectors. These errors, such as double strikes or off-center strikes, make a coin unique and are often worth far more than a typical, error-free version. Error coins are particularly valuable because they represent a rare occurrence during the minting process, making them highly prized by collectors who are looking for pieces that stand out from the rest of the mintage. Another important factor to consider when evaluating the value of a 1979 quarter is its mint mark. As with most U.S. coins, the mint mark indicates where the coin was struck. In 1979, there were quarters minted in both the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. The coins minted in Philadelphia did not have a mint mark, while those minted in Denver feature a small D below the eagle's tail. While the lack of a mint mark on the Philadelphia coins may make them less distinctive, quarters with the D mint mark are often more sought after, as they are perceived as slightly rarer. So, now you might be wondering, how much could the 1979 quarter be worth? Well, it depends on several factors, such as its condition, mint mark, and whether it has any unique features or errors. In general, a 1979 quarter in circulated condition is worth only its face value of 25 cents. However, if you happen to have a 1979 quarter that has been preserved in uncirculated condition, you could expect it to fetch anywhere between $10 and $25, depending on its quality. But here's the exciting part: the rarest and most valuable 1979 quarters, particularly those with minting errors or in exceptional condition, can be worth much more. A coin that is perfectly preserved and free from any signs of wear or damage could fetch upwards of $100 to $200, or more if it has a significant error or unique mint mark. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the big reveal. If you happen to have a truly rare and pristine 1979 quarter, it could be worth an astounding $54,000. That's right. A 1979 quarter in perfect condition with an error or special feature could fetch tens of thousands of dollars. The combination of the coin's historical significance, the rarity of well-preserved examples, and the demand among collectors makes this coin a potential goldmine for anyone fortunate enough to come across one. So, what does this mean for you? If you've been collecting coins or simply have a few old quarters lying around in a drawer, it's worth taking a closer look at them. You may just have a hidden treasure on your hands. The 1979 quarter, with its unique design and historical context, is an exciting coin for both collectors and investors alike. Top 4, we're going to take an in-depth look at the 1986 United States quarter dollar, a coin that's often overlooked but has a fascinating history, unique design elements, and the potential to be worth far more than its face value. Stick with us throughout the video because, at the end, we'll reveal just how much this quarter could be worth today. You won't want to miss it. Let's first set the stage and talk about the year 1986. It was a momentous year in American history. President Ronald Reagan was in the middle of his second term, and the country was navigating a time of economic recovery and global tension. Domestically, the U.S. was dealing with the aftermath of the 1980s recession, but things were on the rise again, especially in terms of the nation's finances. It was also a time when the U.S. Mint continued to churn out coins, as it had been doing for centuries. But the 1986 quarter is unique, both because of its place in American history and its design, which tells us much about the state of the country during that period. This quarter, unlike the previous issues, is part of a long-standing tradition of American coinage that has evolved through the years. The design of the 1986 quarter, just like its predecessors, features the portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States. But this is not just a simple rendering of Washington, this is the face that has graced the U.S. quarter since 1932. The design by John Flanagan portrays Washington facing left, his powdered wig unmistakable, with the words, "Liberty" boldly etched above his head. Below Washington's bust, you'll see the date, 1986, marking the year of minting, but it's not just the image of Washington that stands out. The reverse side of the 1986 quarter features the familiar image of the American bald eagle. The eagle, a symbol of strength and freedom, is perched on a bundle of arrows, its wings spread wide. The olive branch held in the eagle's talons represents peace, while the arrows symbolize the country's readiness to defend itself. Below the eagle is the inscription E pluribus unum, which translates to out of many, one, reflecting the unity of the United States. Along the bottom, you'll see quarter dollar, which clearly identifies the coin's denomination. Now, you may be wondering, what makes the 1986 quarter stand out in the world of numismatics? Unlike some other years, the 1986 quarter isn't known for any major design changes or minting errors. However, it was part of a significant series of quarters produced by the U.S. Mint during the mid-1980s, and certain features of this coin make it a key piece for collectors. The 1986 quarter was part of the standard series of quarters issued by the United States, but the real intrigue comes from the condition and rarity of certain versions of this coin. One factor that makes this coin appealing to collectors is its minting process. The 1986 quarter, like many coins produced in the 1980s, was struck using modern minting technology, which allowed for more precision than earlier coins. This means that there are examples of the 1986 quarter that are in near-perfect condition, specimens that have survived the decades without being damaged or worn down by circulation. These well-preserved coins are highly sought after in the numismatic world, and their value can be significantly higher than a coin that has been heavily circulated. Coins that are uncirculated, meaning they have never been used in daily transactions, are considered particularly valuable. These coins are often stored in protective holders or mint sets, preserving their original quality. A 1986 quarter that is in perfect, uncirculated condition could be worth far more than its face value of 25 cents, especially if it has been kept in pristine condition since its release. Finding these coins is rare, and that rarity is what makes them so valuable to collectors. Of course, the 1986 quarter also has several variations worth noting. Just like many U.S. coins, quarters minted in 1986 were struck at different U.S. mint facilities, which is a factor collectors pay close attention to. Some of these coins were minted in Philadelphia, while others were produced in Denver. Coins minted in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, whereas the Denver coins are marked with a D. While the Philadelphia quarters are more common, the Denver mint mark quarters can sometimes be more desirable due to the slightly lower mintage numbers and the quality of minting. In general, quarters with the D mint mark are often viewed as more collectible. It's important to note that while the 1986 quarter doesn't have many famous errors or rare varieties, it's still a coin that holds value based on its condition. Collectors often look for high-quality examples, which means any coin with fewer scratches, dings, or other signs of wear is worth more. However, one of the most exciting aspects of the 1986 quarter is its potential to feature minor minting errors, things like double dies or off-center strikes. These types of errors, though rare, can make the coin much more valuable, as collectors are always on the lookout for these unique imperfections. With all of that in mind, it's time to talk about what this coin could be worth. A typical 1986 quarter in average circulated condition won't fetch much more than its face value of 25 cents. However, the key to unlocking its value lies in its condition, mint mark, and any potential error that might be present. A coin in excellent uncirculated condition could easily be worth between $10 and $20, depending on the specific features. But coins with minting errors or those that have been preserved in perfect condition are where the real value lies. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, the big reveal. If you happen to have a 1986 quarter that is in flawless, uncirculated condition or one with a minting error, you could be looking at a value of as much as $48,000. Yes, you heard that right, $48,000. While this is extremely rare, coins in such impeccable condition, or those with notable errors, have become highly desirable and can fetch astronomical prices at auctions or from collectors. So, the next time you come across a 1986 quarter, take a closer look. If you find one that has been preserved in mint condition or even one with an interesting minting error, you could be holding onto a hidden treasure. Remember, condition is everything in the world of coin collecting, and sometimes a coin that appears to be just a simple piece of currency can turn out to be worth a small fortune. Top 5, we're going to explore one of the most fascinating pieces of American numismatics, the 1996 United States quarter dollar. It might seem like just another quarter, but trust me, it has a deeper story and more value than meets the eye. Stick with us as we take you on a journey through history, design, and the exciting potential of this quarter, and stay tuned until the end when we reveal just how much it could be worth today. Let's travel back to the year 1996. It was a pivotal year in American history. Bill Clinton was serving his first term as president, and the country was in the midst of the longest period of economic expansion in modern American history. The U.S. was coming off the heels of a thriving economy in the 1990s, with the tech boom driving innovation and creating new opportunities. It was an era marked by significant cultural and technological changes, but also a year of significant production in terms of U.S. currency. The quarter dollar minted in 1996 stands as a small, yet important piece of the time. In 1996, the U.S. Mint continued the tradition of producing the classic Washington quarter, which had been in circulation since 1932. This design by John Flanagan features the profile of George Washington, America's first president, and has been the standard design for the quarter for decades. The design on the obverse, or front, of the 1996 quarter features Washington's left-facing bust, complete with his characteristic powdered wig and solemn expression. Above Washington's head, you'll find the inscription, Liberty, while below the portrait, the year, 1996, is boldly etched. Additionally, the words, "In God We Trust," are displayed to the right of Washington, affirming the nation's foundational values, but the real beauty of the 1996 quarter lies in the reverse, or back, of the coin. This side features the American bald eagle, a powerful symbol of the United States, perched upon a bundle of arrows and an olive branch. The eagle's wings are spread wide, symbolizing strength, freedom, and protection. Beneath the eagle, you'll see the inscription, E pluribus unum, which translates to, out of many, one, emphasizing the unity of the diverse states that make up the country. Along the bottom of the coin, you'll find the words, quarter dollar, which identifies the coin's denomination. Although the 1996 quarter closely resembles the quarters that came before it, there are some interesting aspects about this particular year that make it stand out in the world of coin collectors. First, let's take a look at how these coins were produced. The U.S. Mint struck billions of quarters in 1996. The standard quarter dollar that was produced was part of the ongoing series with no major design changes. However, despite the large number of quarters that were struck in 1996, the condition of the coin plays a crucial role in its value today. Like many coins, the 1996 quarter was widely circulated and used in everyday transactions. Over time, most of these coins were subject to wear and tear, making them look aged or damaged. However, finding a 1996 quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition is quite rare, and that's where the real value lies. Coins that have been preserved in mint condition, free from scratches, dings, and other signs of use, are much more desirable to collectors. When a coin is well preserved and remains in its original, uncirculated state, it becomes a rarer find, and rarity is one of the driving forces behind coin values. The 1996 quarter is also significant because it was minted in large numbers at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. The quarters struck at the Philadelphia Mint don't feature a mint mark, while the Denver Mint quarters have a small D below the eagle's tail. Generally, quarters with the D mint mark are more collectible due to their slightly lower mintage figures, which makes them somewhat rarer in comparison to their Philadelphia counterparts. However, the overall quantity of 1996 quarters produced still ensures that most of them are relatively easy to find in circulation. So, it's the condition and specific features of the coin that determine its value. Another exciting factor is that, as with many coins, there are occasionally minting errors that make certain examples stand out. For example, a 1996 quarter may have a double die error, where the image on the coin is slightly imprinted multiple times, or an off-center strike, where the design is misaligned. These errors are highly sought after by collectors because they are rare and make the coin unique. If you have a 1996 quarter that features a minting error, you could be holding on to a much more valuable coin than you originally thought. So, what is the value of the 1996 quarter today? If you're holding a typical, circulated 1996 quarter, it's worth only its face value, 25 cents. However, if your quarter is in uncirculated condition or has been kept in excellent quality, it could be worth between $5 and $10, depending on its preservation. But now, let's talk about the most exciting part, the rare 1996 quarters that can fetch a significant amount of money for collectors. The real treasure lies in coins that are nearly perfect, those that show no signs of circulation and have been kept in pristine condition. A 1996 quarter in perfect, uncirculated condition could easily be worth anywhere from $30 to $50, depending on demand and the condition of the specific coin. But here's the jaw-dropping reveal for the most coveted 1996 quarters. If you have a rare, high-quality 1996 quarter with unique features, minting errors, or especially if it has been preserved in exceptional condition, it could be worth as much as $40,000, yes, you heard that right, $40,000 for a single 1996 quarter. Of course, this value applies only to the rarest of the rare, coins that are in flawless condition or have desirable minting errors. Finding one of these in your collection or in a jar of old change could make you the owner of a small fortune. So, what does this mean for you? If you've been collecting coins or even just keeping old quarters around, it's worth taking a closer look at them. The 1996 quarter, with its historical context, design, and potential for high value, is an exciting coin to have in any collection. Don't forget that condition and rarity are key factors when it comes to determining a coin's worth. If you happen to have one of these valuable quarters, you might be holding onto a hidden gem. If you enjoyed this exploration of the 1996 quarter and want to learn more about other rare and valuable coins, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future coin discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!